Let's go add in the Shattered Coast. It's a jagged shoreline riddled with shipwrecks and remnants of ancient fortresses. The tides here are unpredictable, and rumors tell of kind of a hidden pirate kingdom that kind of lurks among the scattered islands. So what I want to do here is I'm probably going to create a series of scattered islands. Now, before I didn't use the add mode of the mask tool to create this land. I actually used the shape tool, but it's okay if you use use both, right? So what I'll do is I want to create just a couple little islands in here. So I'll make sure that I'm enabled, my mask effects are off. I want to make sure that my edgy brush is selected. This is the edgy brush. And I want to make sure to remove the smooth. And then I want to bring the roughness all the way down to 3 and the brush size down to 1. And what I'm going to do is just going to create just a couple kind of broken up, scattered islands in here. And then those are going to be the locations where I'm probably going to put some pirate settlements and stuff like that. So let's do that first. So now I have my little scattered islands. Let's go ahead and look up shipwrecks, and there should be some shipwrecks in here. We're going to use the isometric ones. Let's make sure to bring the scale down a little bit. It's okay if they're a little big because you want to be able to see them. So I'll throw in a wreck there. Let's throw in a wreck halfway in the water and half on the land there. Let's throw in another wreck over here. And these shipwrecks right here are actually where the settlements are. So when your players get on a rowboat and start going to each one of these little islands, you'll notice that it's a community of these pirate settlements on these islands here. And of course, the only way to get to these islands, there's no bridge. You can't walk. You have to go by boat. Okay, so we have these nice pirate-like locations here. That works out rather well. We could create a road that kind of connects that over to that location, so we can have it along the border here and then kind of make our way over to here. And if we want, just to kind of indicate that there's something going on here, we could maybe throw in like an arch or some kind of design element that kind of makes it look like the entrance to this area. And so we could just take like an arch, this little dwarven arch right here. This one works fine. Let's maybe just put a little arch right here. I don't know about the red color. Let's maybe change it to like maybe a bluish color so that kind of fits more with like the ocean theme. So we'll pick with blue. I'm going to desaturate it a little bit, bring the brightness up a little bit. And then we have this kind of blue arch that kind of leads out into this area right here. And there's no need to add roads because you're not going to be walking out to this region. You're going to be going by boat. One thing we could do, though, is add in some docks to each little island. And of course, since they're little tiny settlements, you don't need to add a massive dock. So just add in a small one, right? So let's add in a small little dock, like right here. Let's bring the scale down a little bit, just so it's nice and small. Little dock here. Let's add another dock right here. Let's add another dock for this one right there. Let's add a dock for this one. Let's see here. I think it's this way. Oopsie, no, I think I went the wrong way. My mistake. Let's do one more. Undo that. I want to make sure I'm facing the right way. I can't remember which one it is. You know what? I'm going to scale it up so I can see it. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And then we have a nice dock going to that one. There we go. We have some access points. And if you want, you can also throw in maybe you could throw in some kind of rock formation or some kind of stones over there if you wanted to show some kind of elevation change. You could do that. Let's take a look at what we got here. You could use, let's see here. Ooh, oh, right here, small rock outcroppings. These are perfect. To show some like rocky outcroppings, let's put a little bit of these little rocks on here. Some rocky outcroppings. And you know what? Let's put some bigger ones on land. Just so that it kind of pops out a little bit more. I don't want to have just... So now we have some interesting kind of rock formations for your players to kind of interact with. And it gives this region a little bit more character because we have those plateau rocks or those kind of rocks right there. So I think that works out well. Okay, we've got a lot to go. Let's keep going. All right, let's go to the next.